Dr. Marcy here from Behavior and Beyond, and we are going to get real today. So, the biggest question that I find parents ask, and you might have asked me this very question, is what do I do when? Fill in the blank. Now, that blank is filled with what do I do when my child tantrums? What do I do when they hit me? What do I do when my child runs out of the house? What do I do when they pinch me or bite me or spit on me? What do I do when school calls and there's been a massive problem? What do I do when is the most popular question. Here's the deal, guys. If you're asking me what to do when, we're already too late. Because once the problem behavior happens, it happened. The consequence happened, whatever punishment you put in place happened, and it's done. What we need to do, what is the most effective to do, is to teach on a regular basis to impact the relationship on an ongoing basis of what to do rather than what not to do. So the punishment that you put in place after a problem behavior is never going to be as effective as what you do proactively to teach a replacement behavior, to teach what your child should do instead. That's where the teaching comes. That's where the behavior change meat is. Because if you just teach your kiddo what not to do over and over and over again, don't hit, 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 they still don't know what to do when they're frustrated and in that situation where they want to hit. You need to give them another tool. So the magic around changing behavior isn't around the correct punishment or the correct consequence, using the right form of timeout. Personally, side note, don't use timeout. It's not a good plan. All it does is teach them that they can't have that. And usually you're doing it wrong, so they're actually getting more attention, right? So that's a whole nother video. But rather than punishing them after they do something wrong, which you can, and in the moment it will make everybody feel better because you'll do what you think you should do as a parent, but it won't create lasting behavior change. If you want lasting behavior change, in the moment that your kiddo does the right thing, makes a good choice, is successful, celebrate, 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 celebrate. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Whatever it is for you, you know, for me, it's a good old-fashioned happy dance, right? But when your child listens, when your child keeps their hands to themselves, when your child comes and brushes their teeth easily, that is when you celebrate, reinforce it, tell them how amazing they are, what a great job they're doing. And it is in the day-to-day when things are going smoothly that you teach good behavior, that you change everything, that you build the amazing family that you've been dreaming of. And in those moments of problem behavior, you do your best to stay calm, you do your best to stay collected, you do your best to put in my 3 phrases, right? To speak with purpose, to do more, and to choose honey. You do your best in those moments. And you try to give your child not a lot of attention and not a lot of reaction and not a lot of engagement in those problems, and you move on, right? One of the things that I often say is after there is problem behavior, once it's done, it's done. There's no conversation going backwards. There's no revisiting it. There's no remember when you were so bad at. It doesn't help. None of us want to go back and look at all the times that we messed up. I don't want someone to point out all of my failures over and over and over and tell me what a bad job I did. I want someone to point out the moments I did good and say, go do more of that. That was really helpful. That I understood. I can do more of the good, but I already know where I messed up. I already know where I wasn't graceful. So what if I just work to do that better, and you can help me? You can teach me something else to do. You can give me that direct feedback. But punishment of it, or a negative consequence of taking away screen time or taking away dessert or something that happens at the end of the week, no movie for you this week, it's not going to create lasting change. It might create a change in the moment, but over time it won't last, because you need to teach your small beings what to do more and more rather than what not to do. So I found this analogy that has made so much sense to me as I've started to explain this concept, right? Because you keep asking me, what do I do when? What is the punishment? How do I put in the consequence for this? And so I realized that when we learn things, we don't need to learn all of the things we did wrong, right? When you learn that 2 + 2 = 4, you didn't have to learn that it doesn't equal 5, and 2 + 2 doesn't equal 6, and 2 + 2 doesn't equal 7, and 2 + 2 doesn't equal 8, and 2 + 2 doesn't equal 9, and 2 + 2 doesn't equal 10. You didn't need to learn all of that. You didn't need to go through that, all of the possibilities that 2 + 2 wasn't. Your teacher told you that 2 + 2 is 4. And she told you that again and again and again and again. And when you said, oh, 2 + 2 is 4, you got a gold star. And when you went to your mom and dad and you said 2 + 2 is 4, they went, yep, that's right. So you just need to teach what you want to see. 2 + 2 is 4. I don't need to know all of the things that it's not. So if you want your kids to listen, just reinforce when they are listening. You don't have to point out all the times that they're not. If you want your kids to share, you just have to point out when they are sharing, talk to them about sharing. How do you share? Not all the times that they're not. You just need to show them how to go brush their teeth smoothly, not all the times they don't. You need to teach them how to express their emotions, their anger, their frustration, their joy in appropriate ways, not all of the ways that they don't do it appropriately, right? If you are looking for tools and concepts of how to teach them right, you're in the right space, because I have all sorts of tools for you. Concrete, action-based, go in place right now, right? Those are the tools that I teach. Those are the tools that I use with families every single day. Those are the tools that are in my books, Love Your Classroom Again and Love Your Family Again. I pointed to the wrong one, but you know what I meant. That's where you can find those answers immediately as you need them, but it has to start with a shift in your plan. Don't go around thinking, what am I going to do as a consequence? How am I going to punish my kid for not listening? Who wants to live that way and who wants to be around that? Instead, start thinking, how can I celebrate what they did well? How can I reinforce the right moments? And when the challenging behavior pops up, have a plan of what to do proactively. So you don't have to be reactive. You don't have to rely on a strong enough punishment for them to never do it again. You want it to be strong enough and clear enough of what the action is to do that they don't have to go negative, so that you don't have to go negative. But it starts with you remembering that punishment is not the answer. Got it? No more punishment. No more, no more, no more, no more. No more punishment. It might work in the moment, but it won't work for the long-term lasting behavior that you want. And it certainly won't build the strong connected relationship that you want with your kiddos. So, no more punishment, no more, no more, no more. If you want tools, you are in the right place. And may I be bold enough to suggest that I put them all in these books. Go on Amazon, get it today. If you need to know what to do, they're in there. If you need it customized, let's talk. I will help you in any way that I can, because that's what I'm here to do. But there's tool after tool after tool in these chapters of things for you to go and do. So if you need to know how to change the behavior, go do it. But punishment is not your answer. Got it? Got it? Good. Okay. So if you need more reminders and conversations like this and more tools and strategies in your toolkit, sign up for my mailing list and I will send it to you. It'll be right there in your inbox. Go to drmarcy.com/free gift. Get a free gift and on my mailing list, best thing ever, right? Who doesn't want that? And if you need individualized support for a specific question, email me and I'll point you in the right direction, tell you how you can get the right help, or give you the answer, because sometimes I have it. So, and you can email me at info@behaviorandbeyond.net. Yep, that's info@behaviorandbeyond.net. Had to make sure I had it right. So, no more punishment, lots of celebration, lots of teaching what your kids want and should and can be doing rather than what they should not and what you don't want, right? So the first step in changing behavior is recognizing that you need to be proactive rather than reactive, and you can do it. I am here to help. any step that you need me, I'm right here for you. Okay? I can't wait to hear how this helps. So tell me, the first time you use this and you do something proactive, you celebrate rather than punish, let me know. Comment below. Tell me the last time you punished and how it worked. I want to know what you're going to go do. Okay? So let me say, because I put a lot of options out there, let me say this clearly. In the comments below, tell me what you're going to go do next time you need to change some behavior. I want to know. I'll help you refine it if you want, but I most importantly want to celebrate you for knowing what step you're going to take, because that clarity makes all the difference. All right, get to it. I'm going to read all your responses and get back to you. And remember, there are blue skies ahead, and we are going to get there together.